Hey guys, Ironteeth here, and we are back with some more Timberborn. Where we last left off, we were just getting our metal made. I believe we were getting the smelter, and we are working steadily towards getting that explosives, or those explosives, so that we can start expanding our water reserves. Uh, the droughts we've had a couple of pretty serious ones, but we've managed to weather them so far. Our main concern is making sure that we are going to be able to weather them regardless of what comes. So, in the meantime, we are, of course, trying to improve our beavers' lots in life, and to that end, we are getting some leisure buildings. I think we will continue with that. And enough said, let's just jump into it. Alright, and here we are back again. Right, we were getting another lumberjack. You know, one thing I did not check last time. Can everyone? No, they cannot. This is not going to work because not everyone's going to work it. You know what we could do instead of this particular arrangement, since this is out at the edge of what we can do, we will demolish some of these, and instead of a three-way system here, we will replace these with a four-way here and a three-way here, but oriented just a little different. And we are going to put down some power wheels on this side instead. That should work. Other than that, we'll have to put down one little platform here, but that's not the end of the world. So, go ahead, throw this down. So throw one platform down right here, and then our roads. And that should make them all accessible. Yes, alright. Our beavers will make the smelter work. That, let's go ahead and turn them loose, get some work done. Looks like we may be running a tiny bit low on water, or maybe not. Maybe they just need a moment to refill them. I did have a thought on how much water reserves we want. I do want to make sure that in the event that we do run out of water up here, we have sufficient in storage to survive. I think we'll be okay on food. Carrots do grow pretty quickly as long as we only barely run out. Maybe we lose one crop, we should be all right. Yeah, so far we're doing just fine. But looking at things, yeah, oh, that sound never gets old. Yeah, see, some of the berries out here already died, which is fine. We're mostly living off of carrots at this point. If anything, it looks like our carrots are not able to keep up with demand. So if that is the case, not that our food is really suffering, but we may need to up our carrots. Ideally, I'd like to have about 100 of those. I'm also leaning towards starting up a new crop. Whether I put that over here or across the river, I haven't quite decided yet. If I do tear out these berries, I'd have to leave at least a few, or start a berry farm at some other location, just so that we have enough berries for our. Yeah, we are not keeping up. That's not because we don't have enough planted. That's just because our beavers are not able to keep up with these crops. Honestly, this corner, I don't know that it's ever been harvested. So that's something we're going to look at. Over here, just gotta decide if we are... We have enough unemployed beavers. Getting a dedicated hauler might be helpful for keeping our beavers efficient. I think the unemployed ones do actually go and haul, but having some dedicated haulers might not be a bad idea. Food storage is clear full. That might also be part of the problem. Maybe we get a second food storage and this one's just dedicated to carrying everything but berries. So we have... They're getting everything out. Should not be storing any of it in these stores. And it doesn't look like they are, so we are good there. Alright, I have come to my executive decision. We are going to go and do that, what we had originally talked about. We are going to put down some storehouses that are going to be specifically for things, every type of food except berries, and we're going to put some farmhouses on top of it. 4 farmers will be more than enough for these carrots, and I may even swap out some of them for potatoes and plant a field over here. These berries I've decided are going to go, except maybe a small handful. We just don't need that many berries. We're keeping up with our kit production just fine, and honestly the only thing we really need berries for, ideally, 10-day drought. Well, this is going to be intense. The only thing we really need the berries for is going to be for kit protection, ideally. So we're going to go ahead. We are going to remove some resources. I kind of want to let them harvest those, but really just don't need them. So we're going to tear out all these. In fact, we're going to tear out a 4th row and just do away with the berries. If it turns out we need more, we can always plant more. I'm not going to be super worried about it. And we still have these up here, so maybe we'll just get rid of all these and run just off of these ones up here. And if that winds up being a bad idea, we'll find out soon enough and we'll adjust accordingly. Okay, we have our first power wheel, although it can't do anything until this is built, so I'm going to have my beavers prioritize that. Yeah, because he's sitting here running and doing absolutely nothing of any actual worth. So rather than have him literally spinning his wheels there, we'll get these power shafts built so that we can get them up there. I think that's what they're called. If I'm calling them wrong and it's driving you crazy, no, they are called power shafts. So with these power shafts built, and at least then he'll be doing something actually productive. And there we go. We're not doing great, 25% efficiency, but that'll start getting us some metal blocks. So get some of these torn out. We'll get going on the next. We do have room for 46. We have a population of 36. We're okay for now. I am thinking I want to throw down one more fireplace. We have, if we check our well-being up here, not everyone's getting around the campfires. Sorry, not everyone's getting to the campfires. And I think that's just because there's not enough room for them. So we're going to throw down another campfire over this way, I'm thinking. Probably right here. Well, you know, I'll throw it down here. There's going to be a little space in there. We can throw something, a statue or something like that in there. And that way they should hopefully get enough entertainment in their lives from the campfires. Go fulfill that social need. You know, who doesn't like telling a good story around the campfire? And I'm sure these beavers are living interesting lives, so they probably have plenty to tell. A little bothered by how long it is taking them to actually get around to doing things. There's our first metal block. Well, we are letting way too much water out. I did not watch that like I should have. Do not follow my example. Pay attention to how much water is leaking out. We wanted to fill the reservoir, not overflow it. And nobody is doing anything over here. That's probably because I do have them prioritized working over here. No, these are all normal. Well, when things are normal, they will go in the order that they were built. That's exactly what they're doing here. I do think I am going to go ahead and build that hauler. Let's see here, labor, a dedicated hauling post. Just seems like they're not really... This might help them be more efficient if they're not having to constantly haul things, and maybe they already are hauling things, the unemployed beavers, but this will just make sure we have some dedicated beavers always doing that. Okay, so I did just notice one small problem. We are, in fact, actually running out of water. So, given that I do not particularly want that to be a thing, we're going to go ahead and build ourselves another pump here. This is just a short thing. Our steel is just about, or our smelter is just about at full power. It's running 75% right now, burning plenty of logs, and we've got the beginning of a decent little metal surplus. Everything else is doing okay. They haven't gotten around to any of this other stuff yet. Okay, so our power has been finished. We are running at 100% efficiency, so just what we needed. This is hideous, but I love it. I think we may have outgrown our ability to provide for these beavers. I'm going to pause all new beaver kits for now until we get our farms up, which we have. They have gotten around to clearing that. So warehouses. You know, the way these farms go, they're going to be off to one side, but if I put one here, there's not going to be any room for that staircase, so we're going to offset them one. Get rid of that berry bush right there, and throw our farmhouses on top. Beavers should get to that pretty quickly. And then throw down a platform here, stair here. And you do have to put paths to them even on top of the platforms. I don't believe I had mentioned that, but if you forget to, you will regret it. Need them to get these out of the way. Okay, we got that second one built. Let's see if that gets everyone around a campfire. No. This probably is pretty new though, so we'll give it a couple days and see if that fixes itself or not. This up here. Plenty of metal blocks going in. So we need to see now. For our explosives factory. That's all we need for that. But our actual explosives do take paper. So building this right now doesn't even help us. We have plenty of research. We need to get ourselves a paper mill. That is, I believe, over here under wood. Right here. And we have everything we need to build this. I am going to really quickly set these farms to high priority. This food shortage is, well, it's not getting better. We're definitely outpacing what we can in food production. Which, I mean, it's not going down super fast. I think we'll get these farms up and running in no time, and then we can go from there. That they should get these carrots done, and we will get get some potatoes planted. In fact, I actually am going, as soon as these are built, I am going to tear out these bushes. For this, I don't want us doing any non-food. These are dedicated food, and no berries. We're not putting berries in this one. The droughts never stop in the canyon. Should have called it Dry Haven, honestly. Alright. So they are busy as beavers. And we are going to throw these up here. Same thing goes here. No berries. Let's just check and see. Yeah, more are making it, but not as many as I would like. I don't think it's quite the right time to turn down our work cycle, but as soon as we get these extra farmhouses so we have more farmers, I am actually going to turn that down maybe to a 14-hour working day. I know that would be pretty insane for me. Our water is desperately low. We need to prioritize that too. Other than that, everything is already a high priority. We'll hold off just a little bit. Okay, I think we'll be alright. I'm going to go ahead and resume the breeding pods. Yeah, we should be in good shape as soon as they finish building up these staircases so that we can access the farms. They'll start working, and then we'll get this water pump built. Okay, they do have their third water pump. Our water reserves are going up again. We have our farmers, and now we just need to plant down some potatoes. That is the next crop. I know that this is probably not the most efficient way to do things. I'm sure that we can look at how much food you get out of these. I'll bet someone's already figured this all out online, but for me, this is how I like to do it. So, you know, if there's a better way, feel free to let me know. This seems to be working all right for me. They sure do have to travel a long way for water if they're working up here. Maybe it might not be a bad idea to have just some closer water storage just for them, so they don't have to run all the way down. I think I will do that. I'll throw them their own dedicated water. Oh, just maybe right here. There's not that many working here. A single one should work fine. Yep, alright. Our water stores are up. Our food stores are up. Now, there is one other building I do need. Potatoes cannot be eaten raw, which is absolutely not true, but you know, if you do eat raw potatoes, that's a little weird. I reserve the right to judge you. But in order to make them into edible food, we will need a grill. Right here. It's not a terribly big building. Actually, that's not the button I wanted to push. Would fit pretty nicely right in this little corner here. So we will do that. Let them build that up. So it kind of seems like each of these water pumps can handle probably about 15 beavers. So that might be good to keep in mind. If we get over 15 beavers, it may not be able to keep up with demand. water's getting a little bit low. Go ahead and empty out a little bit more here. And just because it's not being used up here doesn't mean that this water isn't disappearing. They do have evaporation in the game, so it won't disappear quickly, but it will definitely disappear. Alright, and we will set this to grilled potatoes. So every potato turns into 4 grilled potatoes, so it's actually a pretty efficient food. When you think about it, we're getting 1 carrot every 4 days. Potatoes, I believe, take 6 days to grow, so we get 1 potato every 6 days, but that 1 potato turns into 4 food. So using our previous estimates, that's kind of like you're getting a food for every basically day and a half, roundly. I mean, rough estimate there. I'm sure my math is terrible. I am sure the editor will throw in some snarky comment here. Looks like a few of our beavers got old. We'll have to pay attention as we get our population up. I'm sure that this is basically going to hit a break-even point where we're making beavers as fast as they're dying. So where the folktales didn't have to worry about that, we'll have to pay attention to basically replacement value on our beavers. How many beavers our vat can produce before they start dying off as fast as they came out. Assuming they're living about the same age. I honestly have no idea how they calculate when they die of old age. For all I know, it could be once they hit a certain age, they start having a random chance of dying. So that might be something. If you know, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Alright, our situation's improved enough. Let's go ahead and get that paper mill. As for where we want this paper mill, probably up in our industrial district. Paper mills take 80 horsepower. This current grid is producing 150, so that'd be 200. Yeah, actually, it's just about as perfect as it could get. Now unlock this. Throw this down. Do I want this here? Problem is, you know what we're gonna do? Same kind of thing. Trust me, there is never any amount of storage or you can never have too much storage in this game. So we will throw down our paper mill right on top of that, like so. And of course, for access, we are going to throw down a staircase right here and a few platforms. They should jump right on that. We've got plenty of materials. In fact, we're doing quite well on that front. The only one... No, everything that we have so far we're doing great on. And with that said, no reason not to go ahead and get that explosives factory going too. Plenty of science. We'll throw this down. This takes 150 horsepower, and we're already tapped out this system, so let's go ahead and maybe we'll throw the explosives up here, up top. And probably same thing here. This is probably not the most efficient use of water, so we'll give them a dedicated water barrel up here. And get our explosives factory. The one thing that bothers me is if you have the explosives factory, why do you have to research the dynamite? I feel like that should probably just be part of it, but oh well. Almost forgot to check our water. It's a good thing I thought about that because we are running a little bit low. There we go. Just fill this back up. We've only got 2 days to go, 2.5 days to go, so we should be just fine on our water reserves. And we're one step closer to having that dealt with as is. The big problem actually now is that we've got our unemployment is non-existent. We don't have anyone to go work those jobs. I think I am going to go ahead and put down at least one more pod, and just thinking ahead, let's go ahead and get another barracks. Yep, so we have our first potato harvest coming in. Wonder if I can... There we go. We're going to have these guys prioritize potatoes. If there are potatoes to harvest, come and get them. You guys go ahead and prioritize those carrots. I think these two farmers should be able to handle this potato farm. So I'm not super worried there. But I do want to make sure that the potatoes are more valuable. I want to make sure that we're harvesting them to get our grilled potatoes. Alright. And for you, no berries. No food of any sort. This is another one that's just going to be for produced goods. At least for now. We may I think I got myself turned around halfway through there. We may have to change that if we find we can't keep up with our food production, but I'm going to play that one by ear. Wheat would be a really great crop. It produces, well, bread is probably one of the best food sources in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Why are we not... Ah, there's that employment problem coming back to get us. Okay, well, we have 3 children set to grow up. 3 buildings lack workers, so some of our beavers are dying, and that is a problem. Let's turn this up to high priority and get our kits coming in. Drought over, so in terms of food and water, we are doing just fine. In terms of employable beavers, not so much. So, you know, we can always turn some off if we have too many beavers coming out. You can't necessarily get more. Let's go ahead and just build up another 3, set them all to the absolute highest priority, and yeah, we'll just get them coming in so that we can actually start growing out. Of course, this is going to take a little bit, so I'm probably going to be hurting for a minute. I did just realize I made one minor issue here, or have one minor issue here, and that's that I did not actually bring any power over to this building, and didn't leave any short way to do so. That's okay. We have plenty of logs. We'll just platform it over. That should be fine. They can come up here and work on it from there. So we'll run our power over. I'm going to turn these haulers off for now. We'll just have one, free up some of our unemployed to work more important jobs. Since it would seem that I did in fact discover the limit of these breeding pods. because now our population is in decline. Though now that I think about it, I think I had that power turned off for some of it, so I probably had a part to play in some of this this issue that we're having. That probably is pretty close to where we need to call it. Unfortunately, it seems like we have some self-inflicted issues that we're having to deal with now. But hopefully we'll start seeing some of these beavers come in. We'll have our population issues dealt with, and yeah, we should get to a point where we turn down some of our working schedule, because I think that's why some of these beavers aren't taking advantage. So maybe I was having this struggle in my other game, I just wasn't paying attention to it. We'll play that one by ear. But with that being said, if you like what you're watching, feel free to leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one.